Hello everybody, my name is Christian Quick and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about two things. Control D, we're going to be talking about glass, so let's make it GLASS and then mark it on this one GLASS and then Control D, and because we are not only just going to be making the glass, but we are also going to be making the glass pane. And so this first one we're just going to call glass block, and then this one's called it's like stained something, so I think it's stained glass pane block. There it is. And then here it's talking about the dye color, and then the settings, and then well, here in glass block it says it cannot be applied to, so when that happens just delete it and you're good. But this one where it says you need a color, let's click on the stain block and you can see how it says that it needs the color and the dye color. So when something like that happens, although we do not need the light to be called in this one, um, actually just one quick thing. Let's do abstract dot settings dot copy, and then we're going to do blocks dot, and then we need a glass. There we go. We're going to do the same thing for the other one. But before we get in there, let us make, so for this stained glass pane, let's go in here, make a new Java class, and we're going to call it mod stained glass pane. And so now we're going to look at that stained glass pane again, and we're going to control C, and then we're going to control V. And instead of calling for dye color, so let's control V, and then let's look up just regular dye color. Color like that, and then let's put a simple, not mad, mod. And then if I just come over here and then get rid of that for a second, we're going to import it, and then suddenly that is fine. We're going to also have to put mod stained glass pane down here. And then on top of that, everything looks fine except for this last piece of code. It has nothing to do with the fact that it goes all the way over here. So like even if I did all the, actually, can I remove all these redundants? Sometimes you just got to make your code look a little bit cleaner. And then just randomly, let's just kind of, there we go. That way it looks a little nicer. All right, so why is it still saying this is here, that this is a problem the way it is? That is because under stainable, we're increasing this, or including the stainable, and this is talking about get your dye color. So to do this, we're going to make a new Java class, and we're going to call it mod stainable. And see how here it says interface? So we're going to click on interface, and then we're going to hit enter, and then we're going to take our stainable here, control, just click the dye color. There is nothing that's actually getting extended from here. So we're going to control V, we're going to call for mod dye color, and then it says that there is a problem with the mod dye color, and here we're just going to call mod stainable, and then suddenly it's fixed. It is all good to go. So from here, the only thing that we are missing is the fact that it is not being called. So let's go back in our mod blocks and then call the mod stained glass pane. And then here it's got our mod dye color. So we're going to change the first parameter, which changes something, I believe, actually in the mod stained block. Yeah, it's where it's like this dot color, and then I say change field to block. Change. I had forgotten to do that at the beginning last time, and I just was like, I didn't know what was going on. It's just fixing something, calling it for a block, whatever it actually. I don't know what it does. I'm not paying attention. I'm still not paying attention. I just know it fixes the problem. So now we got this thing going on. So let's do the abstract block settings, and then let's control C, and then let's control V, and this is going to be glass pane. So now we got each of their settings nicely done. So now all we have to do from here is, well, we can only go in our data gen, our model provider, and we can only do this for just the glass, because The glass is the only thing that's cue ball textures. The pane does not do that, but it does point to the glass, so it's still pretty easy. Uh, Data loot table. We can add both loot tables to this. So glass. So this is basically when you break it, um, that you'll get it back. Now, generally, you could do this like the silk touch and stuff like that. If you want it to have the exact same things, simply just go into like the Minecraft folder under the recipes and then just copy the recipe into your recipe. Uh, or no, the loot table. You have a loot table for it. So just copy and put it in here under it rather than doing what I'm doing. I'm just gonna let it generate, and it's gonna break like a normal block. All right. When it comes down to the assets, Minecraft, and then we gotta have block states, and then we're gonna look up the glass. So we have the glass, and then we're gonna have actually, let's do glass pane. Let's look up just the pane. So here we got the black stain pane. It is okay to just look at a color, block states, and then just change the one that we're doing. So light brown, stained glass pane, and then make sure that when you look inside of it, that there is a couple of things. So let's look up the color black, and then hit all this, and then change all of them to light brown, and then make sure that your Minecraft here, where it said black, now says HMH3, meaning that is the mod. I personally get bothered by these. Let's add them to your dictionary. So basically, there is going to be a bunch of names. So there is a non-side, non-side alternate, non-side alternate, non-side, non. So it looks like there is simply, oh, and post. Post is when it's not touching anything. So with that in mind, we're going to have to, it looks like there's 3 block states, so let's try and not miss them. Actually, they're models. Oh, while we're by the lang here, though, let's try and add those too. So Control D, and then we are going to need to do the glass, and then down here, comma, comma, because I'm going to be adding another one. GLASS D, and then this one is going to be glass pane, light brown glass pane. All right. And then inside of our models, we have our block in here. And then, like I said, there is going to be 3 models. So let's look up glass pane again, not in block states. Let's open up the models. Let's be real here, and then we can look up the glass pane. All right, and then we got our glass. If we see how there is 3 of them, 4, 5. Oh my. Oh, cause okay, side alt, side, post. Maybe there's 5 of them. Let's copy all 5, because I wasn't paying attention, and then let's shove them all in here, and then you will know. So this one, we don't need this. We'll delete that. I meant to just copy these 5. So let's put this in full screen for a moment, and let's take a careful look at all of these real quick. So we have the non-side, and it's saying Minecraft, here is your thing. So we are going to need to make sure that, well, first off, this is going to be HMH3, while the black here is going to say light brown. And that's practically that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be a little cheeky and just copy this part, and then come down here, because I'm just going to assume that I'm just going to have to paste this multiple times. No matter what it is going to be talking about, it's really all there is. Boop, boop. All right. So now we have all of these. And so it looks like if we go through it, it's basically pointing to textures pane. So this one's just called basically the stained glass, uh, stained glass pane top, pane top, pane top. Make sure that's different. Okay, so it looks like there are two textures. So there is the pane on the top, and then the actual stained glass. And this one we're already going to be making just the regular the stained glass. So it's just going to be talking about the top is going to be the unique one, I guess. But that shouldn't be too hard at all. Let's also not forget the item models. So let's bring this back to the side. This one should be a lot easier. So if I just say the glass pane, black, yeah, so there is literally just one. And then we're just going to call it the light brown stained glass pane. Same thing. I wonder if my copy and paste is still working. Perfect. Beautiful. So we got our stained glass. And that should be all that before we get into the textures. I'm gonna change my mind for the loot table. Let's take the loot tables out of here. Let's be a little more proper. I'll be a little more proper and show you where how to do it. So if I go into not assets, this would be back further, data, recipes, and then let's look up glass. Actually, no, let's look up black. Oh, yeah, glass. Black. Oh, that's why. Hold on. Because it's probably called black. Okay. I thought I said delete this whole thing. Black. Stained. Okay. I'm just going to back it up until I see it. Because there really shouldn't be any other issue. Alright. So the black stone. Okay. Maybe I should STAINED. Perfect. There is 3 of them. Black stain from glass pane. Well, that's fine. Let's go into our data, recipes, and then we're just gonna throw these in there. Recipes, refactor, and then just refactor, rename. Make sure this says light brown stained glass. And then I just realized that I don't think I did that with the models. I don't think I renamed them the way you're supposed to. But category misc stained glass pane. So this is actually gonna should go with the Minecraft group. Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna take it out because I don't think it's gonna do that because it's gonna know that I'm talking from my mod. So that's fine. Minecraft glass pane black dye. We're gonna be using Control V. Backspace there, HMH3, light brown dye, perfect, and then we're going to go down here, Minecraft item, take out the block part, uh, light brown stained glass pane, perfect, that's pretty good. We're going to refactor, rename, light brown stained glass pane, and basically this should be the same thing really. Control V. Since we're not dealing with block anymore, I can probably just copy this part now. And we should be all good. Stained glass pane. So if you have stained glass in here, you'll get the 16 stained glass panes. That's the recipe I remember at least. And let's refactor, rename, and then do the same thing, and then get rid of the HMH3. Light brown stained glass pane from glass pane. Now this one is interesting, but it's fine. Light brown. Oh, wait. Did I already look at this one? It was this one we didn't do. Control V. Dye. Minecraft. Stained glass. Perfect. And then this one says category. Oh, and it also says group. Let's take those both out. Because I don't need any of those. Category. Cool. All right, let's check. Let's check the models because I think I legitimately, yeah, I left it as black. What about the item? Okay, that I was smart enough to change. Refactor and rename all of this to light brown, and then because we don't need the HMH3 anymore, let's copy this. So we're gonna refactor rename light brown refactor rename light brown. Control refactor rename, light brown, refactor rename, light brown. Look at that. We're like fast magicians. All right, let's work on those textures. Hello, it is me, the editor, and I wanted to mention about yesterday's video coming out. Um, I didn't put a video title. I didn't put a thumbnail. I didn't do anything. I just put it on YouTube. And then I went to bed and I told myself, oh, I'll just fix it in the morning before it posts at noon. And then I didn't. I forgot about it, and so I didn't do it till 1. There was 3 people who watched the video, or at least saw it, because I had 3 views when I like finally fixed it. But it said produce 1, because when there's a produce number for every time I complete a video, and I thought it was really funny. But beyond that, that's what that was all about. The thumbnails, as you can tell, are a little bit better than the randomly generated ones. But I thought that was interesting. So now you kind of know what it was that. And well, if you missed it, well, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. I gotta watch the videos a little faster because I fixed it within the first hour because I'm super late like that. But um, and that's enough out of that ruffle. I mean, if you have any questions about this video, I feel like this is some pretty simple stuff, yet I still manage to mess it up all the time. It happens all the time. Sometimes I'll mess something up that's like simple, and then to fix it, I just rewrite the entire thing from scratch, and then still sometimes it doesn't work. I put myself through a lot of pain, and there are actually some times where I would like, so like how I'm making these videos, I know that there are times where I'll like forget something, and then it's just easier to just come back to this video. And through time and experience, I'm gonna try and make these videos to be super good and stuff like that. I'm trying to make them better, but I just like explaining things. But if I ever make a new tutorial, I'm gonna make an express one for all the people who just care about the things that, like, what are the minimum requirements? What do I need so that, like, if I'm having trouble, like if I can't find something, like, what am I missing? What do I need? I don't need to listen to this guy talk to 30 minutes for something where I'm just missing one line of like one code or one little piece. So, I mean, beyond that, I mean, that's that. But I also like explaining things, and then as we complete this entire series, I have some more stuff that I have going, planned, and stuff like that. Um, but for now, this is what we got, and this is the only voice recording that's made through the entire thing. So let's get right back in the video. Alright, the textures are in. I did forget something. It would be the the loot table things. So we have our recipes. So now let's talk about getting the light brown glass pane. Alright, let's talk about this. Recipes. So our light brown, oh, it's called stained glass. Uh, refactor, rename. So from here, light brown, and then we just got to call it S-T-A-I-N-E-T. Stained glass pane is one of them. So let's take all that out and refactor. And then there is one called pane. All right, and then the other one, stained glass pane from glass pane. This is going to be a really long name. From glass pane. All right. Dot, dot JSON. Light brown stained glass pane from glass pane. Cool. Hope I didn't mess the name in that. Okay, so light brown stained glass is going to be if I have Minecraft, let's say, no caps, glass, and then, or if I have HMH3 light brown dye. And then it'll give us HMH3. I'm not going to copy Control C. All right, so light brown glass. Oop, I always forget the stained. S-T-A-I-N, stained glass. Control C. Copy. Oh, copy as much stuff as you want. It's so much easier when you do it like that. Oh shoot. I probably should have done it like Control D, like that. Alright, and then now that I have a finished variation, it'd be a lot easier for me to just... I can still use it, but like as a reference. So the glass pane would now be if I have glass pane or light brown dye, which I should technically already have. Wait. Oh, this is... Yeah. Like that. my brain hurt. I'm trying to remember all the ways you could craft glass, because there's like a specific way I do it, but sometimes in the game there's more than just the way I do things. So, all right, from glass pane, from glass pane. All right, and so now we have to have either HMH3, and then we gotta have the brown. Oop, not just brown, light brown glass pane, and then they're nothing else. Nothing else. Because that just means that they're putting the 16 of just the glass panes in there. So we would unlock this. So there's that. And then from glass pane. And then we're just going to copy this part. Control C, Control V. And then now the recipes should be done. So now all we have to do from here is run the data generator. And that data generator is simply for the blocks. So once that is done, all we have to do from here is then just rerun the game. All right, here we are in our lovely Minecraft world. Let's look up the toffee flower, and then let's give ourselves a bunch of glass. Uh-oh. So here are these, and if I place them, seems to be complications. And I just realized I did forget something. I don't think that would make them both look like this. I think this one should be fine, but I clearly did something wrong. So let's take a look at what I think it was. Alright, first off, because I was copying stuff from Minecraft, I was not consistent. That is the first major issue, because here I am calling it just glass and glass pane, but to make it consistent, you need to make sure that they are, well, if you're going to copy, you need to make sure that whatever you're copying is consistent. Stained glass pane. So we can either call like I'm gonna just make sure that everything that I said was like that. So these have to be stained. And so now when we do that, STAIN, stained glass, and then we're going to do it again, STAINED, stained, and then we are going to have to fix this everywhere we put it. So going back to the data gen model provider, we're going to have the light brown stained glass. Awesome. So it's going to have to reload that. And then quickly, if we just go through everything real quick. So in here is was this fine? Light brown stained glass. This is pointing to the models. The models should be fine. So let's go into the models. And the models are going to point to the textures, and the textures are pointed correctly. So that is a good plus. I need to make sure that they all basically say stained though. Stain, 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 stain. So looks like everything basically is good, done. It was literally just so those weren't made. And then it is one more thing. If I go into my client, uh, because they are see-throughable, you are going to want to do the render, but it's going to be a little bit different. Mod blocks, so let's do the light brown stained glass, Control D, and then the stained glass pane. And instead of render render layer dot get cutout, you want to do get translucent, meaning that you will be able to see it. Get translucent. So with that in mind, now let's try and open it up. All right, well, we've unlocked the recipes, so, and it does look like the textures are there. So let us, and it went back into time before I placed them on the ground. Slash time set day. I can feel it getting dark. All right, so let us get into creative and let's make this brown dye. There is the glass pane recipe. If I go into here and I make I believe it's 8 like this, and like that, you get 8 like this. Perfect. I can put these in here, and then I think I could put like this, get 8s, and then I could do it like this and get another. Okay, and all of them are unlocked. Awesome. And then I locked all the other colors, but that is unnecessary. So now we have these in the item models. I forgot to change the lang. That is perfectly fine. Here we can tell that we have the glass here, and that we have our other glasses. So here it is very much lighter, and then here, why don't we let's get some brown in here, some actual brown. Those are ours, and then we're gonna compare the two. So let's put the dark at the bottom. So here, it doesn't look like there is much of a difference, but it does. It is light brown, so you can't say it's not orange like my previous flowers. But that's practically it. The only thing that I forgot to change the name from the issue we had was that these have to be the glass. So light brown, and then we have to add underscore the stained, stained glass. Oh yeah, stained. And then for just for like consistent looking, stained stained glass, light brown, stained stained glass paint. So now everything is all done. And so that is going to be it. Look at that. I am not in the world anymore, but that's fine. That is going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. And without further ado,